So I don't really know what to make of this episode. I'm struggling to decide whether this episode was productive or actually brought the story a little bit forward or not in terms of everything that happened in this episode. So we start with Boruto, Mitsuki and Shikadai, who are apparently skipping lesson in order to investigate all these ghosts, and we have Mitsuki naming the whole thing as a ghost investigation. So we have Boruto, who asks Mitsuki to write an absence note, but the thing is that Boruto already has a bad record of being the trouble student in class, so it's like if you skip class, they are going to know regardless whether there was a absence note or not that you are actually trying to avoid school. When Boruto actually returns home, Hinata is waiting there with the Byakugan activated, so we get to see the scary side of Hinata that Boruto was talking about. However, how scary Hinata may be, we know that it is not in comparison to Temari, as Shikadai actually came back with a glowing slap on his face, and the thing is, it was still glowing, so you know that Temari did not hold back when she delivered that slap on this guy's face. Boruto gets pulled up by Shino and Hinata, and before Shino can actually say something to Boruto, he disappears. So it turns out it was a clone, and the fact that you're saying that your mother is really scary and you still have the audacity to pull something like this off, that means that whatever type of scary she is not good enough to tame you, basically. So this is just a contradiction to what they supposedly claimed about Hinata being scary. And even Shikadai says this. He said, compared to mine, your mother is kind of mild. So the next day, Shino says, guess what? It is work experience time. So they will go around and experience the new occupations which have been created due to the fact that there is peace within the entire ninja world. Boruto, Shikadai and Mitsuki actually want to travel around the village to investigate everything. So they choose the next best job which can actually allow them to do that, and that is to become a postman. So yes. And we have Chocho and Sarada going to a nail shop because apparently that is work experience, and then we have Chocho who then decides to go to a meat store because that is work experience too, apparently. Out of all the places that the people chose, I think that Sumire actually made the best choice by going to a place where they maintain the water resources within the village, and I think that that is the best choice because all you have to do is really stare at the water from day to night in terms of what the academy students would be doing anyway, and I think that is the choice I would have made if I was that age, because naturally I just don't want to do shit. So they arrive at the mail delivery service, and I was just waiting for an iconic scene where we see the dog eat the mailman, but we did not get that this episode, so I was kind of left disappointed. So we learned something unimportant, which is the mailman's name, and we have the boss who acts like a retard. Apparently he pretends to use ninjutsu as well as some sound effects from his mouth in order to deliver mails. Then shockingly, we actually see Boruto deliver the mails in the manner in which the guy was delivering it. So if anything, Boruto can actually blame the guy, saying that this is how he portrayed delivering mail, so that is exactly what I did, and blame it all on that guy. So they get employed by the mail boss, thus granting each and every one of them their own individual Nazi armband. On a serious note though, you can see the contrast between Naruto's generation and Boruto's generation. I mean, in Naruto's generation they will be probably doing like a B rank mission, but in Boruto's times you can actually see that these people are busy trying their best to deliver mail. So it's like you can see how peace has affected the ninja system, and new occupations have actually taken the place of being ninja. So the contrast is really huge, and that goes to prove Madara's theory where he says that ninja are actually getting weaker as generations go on since they are not used to war. And if you were to bring Madara's generation into the current generation to fight, they would absolutely slaughter the new generation, even though they are capable of more talent than the previous one. We have this funny scene where the postman actually comes to a woman, and the woman thanks him for coming out so far just to deliver mail, and it's like it's his job. He has to do it regardless if he wants it or not, and that, kids, is why people hate their jobs. And it's sad to say that that will be you one day. He goes on to say that seeing the smiles of people who he delivers their mail to actually encourages him, making his job worthwhile, when in real life they are going to chase you with their dogs and ask you where the fuck their mail has been. It turns out Naruto was actually in the area opening a new center, I believe, and then he sees Boruto teleports there using Shanshin no Jutsu, and then he informs Boruto that Boruto looks good as a postman. Anyways, Naruto gives his 2 cents and he disappears, and we have the postman who has had the most rewarding thing ever which has happened in his career, which is seeing Naruto, and then we get to see Boruto deliver mail recklessly, as well as Denki and Metoli doing their thing, and then we get to this water resort where we see Sumire, Namida and Wasabi who are learning the ins and outs of the water resort, and I came up with an idea for the person who is sending all these chakra leeches to bite people. Now, if they wanted to infect as many people as possible, what they could potentially do is actually pollute the water with the chakra leeches so that they could get to people through their water supply, and that would be the most efficient way to distribute all those chakra snakes all at once. Mitsuki comes in and says that he has been talking to the police and there has been a sighting of the ghost who is in Senju Park. Now that is very ironic, since this whole situation involves Senju DNA and that an accident actually happened in Senju Park. Now my guess is that since the chakra snake has a bit of Senju DNA in it, that means that whatever it goes past will react to wood, just like Naruto's transformation allows the Zetsus to turn into trees. So this snake is reacting to the wood, thus allowing it to grow like a leaf or two. Sherlock Sai Yamanaka, who comes in, and I like how he does not even say a word, but all the people start giving him answers straight. From my perspective, this scene was kind of cool because we see Sai here, who is demonstrating his expertise by looking at the evidence. He doesn't even have to talk to anyone to ask for information because his observation skills are so sharp that he can gather all the details just by looking at the evidence. Anyways, the findings of Sai's research is that apparently the person who is behind this actually has some access to forbidden technology, which is Hashirama's DNA, and the only people who had access to this were people from Danzo's root, which has been disbanded since Danzo got killed by Sasuke. So potentially the person behind all of this could be one of the people from Danzo's root who probably could not let go of the disbanded organization that was Root. So maybe he is still continuing their experiment, which is causing people to lose their chakra. We also get a little bit of information talking about people having Hashirama's DNA and also being able to use Mokuton, and apparently these are ninjas. So I'm guessing that there were two scenarios. It's either Captain Yamato actually had children who inherited his cells that he got from Hashirama through experiment, or there were actually people out there who also succeeded through Orochimaru's experiments. After the whole scene is over, we get this delicate scene where Naruto sneaks into his house because he had no change of clothes to change into, and then we see Hinata who helps him out, and then they have a conversation about Boruto being a person of his own, trying to prove that he's a different person like always. And I really like the scene where Naruto actually explains that he does not know how to communicate with Boruto, and Hinata says that Boruto does understand the situation Naruto is in, but at the same time he is still forcing and trying to get his way. Naruto says that he actually never had a dad to even communicate with in the first place, and Hinata tells him that whenever Boruto smiles, it reminds her of Naruto, and then Naruto smiles because he's about to smash Hinata's walls before he goes back to the Hokage office. Next scene, we have Chocho, who is causing a ruckus because apparently her potato chips were not delivered properly. Next thing you know, Boruto, Mitsuki and Shigadai are actually counting stamps until they get information that there was a new accident which has happened in the water resort from the only news channel in Konoha, which is Konoha TV. They obviously head out to investigate the whole situation, and then we get to see a little preview of Sumire, who is actually lying inside one of the water pipes unconscious. So definitely I think she has been attacked by one of the people who have been possessed by the chakra snake, or maybe she was the one who is possessed by the chakra snake and she caused all the damage. From the spoilers of the next couple of episodes, it actually seems like this arc is climaxing, since we are going to be seeing the person who is behind all of these attacks pretty soon. Now let's get onto the Q&A section of this review, and the first question comes from Luffy Casanova, and he says, out of all anime characters, which one would you kill? And the question is, why would I just kill one character when I can kill a whole group? And if I wanted to kill a group, I would kill all the lolly characters in anime, because if I watch anime, I'm in it for the story and not to watch little girls being depicted sexually and then written off as grown-ups as an excuse. So just kill them, kill all the lollies, fuck them, kill them before they lay eggs. The next question comes from Pee Wee Longway, and he says, why is Gohan such a bitch? Also, can I be in your next video? Well, you are in the video right now because I'm answering your question. And why is Gohan such a bitch? It's because he has two modes, right? He has the Super Saiyan transformation, or being a Saiyan, which is brave, and then he has his bitch mode, which he uses to roam around the earth without causing any trouble. The next question comes from Carly Productions, and I think it's a girl, and the person says, I'm starting to think that Boruto is a reincarnation. From episode 8, I see him talking to Teneri in his dreams. It is possible he is the reincarnation of Toneri. What do you think? Well, Hagoromo approached Naruto and Sasuke since they were the reincarnation of Indra and Ashura, who were his sons, and then we have Hamura, who approached Hinata because apparently Hinata is the reincarnation of Hamura, and then we have Toneri approaching Boruto. But the thing is that a reincarnation can only happen if the previous one is dead, and the thing is that Toneri is not dead, so Boruto cannot be the reincarnation of anyone, since the person that needs to die in your logic would be Toneri, and he is not dead yet, so that is not possible. And I hope I answered your question to the best of my ability. With that being said, that has been my sarcastic review for Boruto episode 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below of who you think the person behind the chakra attacks can be, as well as what you think about the relationship between Boruto, Naruto and Hinata. And with that being said, that is everything I really want to say in this video, so I have nothing more to say. Bye.